The Mixcder E10s might just be the game-changing ANC headphones we've all been waiting for, but are they worth your hard-earned cash? Are they worth the upgrade over the E9s? Can they beat the TaoTronics SoundSurge 46, which I recently named the best budget ANC headphones? Well, stick around and find out. I'm going to be unboxing and testing the E10, so I'm going to share all the answers to those questions with you. As always, check the affiliate links in the description below for the most recent and up-to-date prices, and let's jump right in. The E9s have been my second favourite pair of budget ANC headphones for a long time, but at just $90 or £70, the E10s look like they might just tip the scale. So in this video, I'm going to be comparing the E10s to the E9s to let you know what's new, and then I'll let you know if Mixcder have managed to beat what I have been calling the king of budget ANC headphones. So I'm going to stop wasting your time now and let's just start with the unboxing. So what is new? Well, we've got Bluetooth 5.0 instead of 4.0, aptX codec, improved charging speeds, a revamped design, and a new leather feel hard shell case. What hasn't changed, however, is the 30-hour battery life, micro USB charging, dual 40mm large aperture drivers, and it's not all too clear whether the ANC has been upgraded or not, so we'll confirm that in the test run section of this video in just a minute. First of all, the build quality is a massive leap from the plasticky E9s and actually makes these some of the best quality ANC headphones out there. They actually feel as good as my Bose Quiet Comfort 35 Mark IIs, which I did not see coming at all. Each ear cup has a nice cold metal finish, and the same goes for where the ear cups meet the headband. I did notice that the ear cups are smaller than on the E9, so these do squash my ears a little bit more instead of sitting comfortably over them. However, the leather effect padding does feel slightly higher quality than with the E9, so hopefully that will help to balance things out. The E10s feel much more flexible than the E9s due to the lack of plastic in their build, so they fared much better during the strain of my testing. They're actually really flexible. They do feel a little bit tighter on my head than the E9s did, which is a little bit uncomfortable when you combine that with the ear squashing ear cups, but I'll let you know later in the video how I get on with longer listening periods later. They're extremely close in size and bulk to the E9s, and considering they do have slightly smaller ear cups, that makes the E10s one of the most compact budget ANC headphones out there. Plus, the button controls are a huge upgrade from the cheap plasticky feeling buttons on the E9s, making the E10s feel much more up to par with ANC headphones close to $300 seriously. Overall, the build quality genuinely feels extremely close to what I'd expect from high-end ANC headphones from Bose or Sony, so I have no hesitation in giving these a solid 9 out of 10 in terms of build quality and first impressions. Okay, if you're still watching, then welcome to the test run section of this review. This is the part where I'll be putting the Mixcder E10s through their paces in terms of ANC performance, battery life, audio-visual lag, comfort, microphone quality, and sound quality, then giving you guys my brutally honest final thoughts and final rating. So sit back, relax, and let's get into it. First of all, let's dive right into testing that ANC. I'm going to play an audio sample which simulates the noise you'd hear on a train to see how the E10s perform in terms of noise cancellation. So let's take a listen. Now, this test was actually initially difficult for me to interpret, but I can just about hear that the E10s are cancelling a little more of those higher end frequencies than the E9s, resulting in a little extra reduction in that white noise you can hear droning over the train tracks. One improvement I noticed, and I'm not sure whether the audio test can pick this up or not, is that the E10s have no audible hiss when ANC is on, and that's huge. Every single pair of budget ANC headphones I've ever tested has a constant hiss whenever ANC is on. It's not a huge deal breaker because when music's playing you don't really hear it, but I have to say it's totally unreal that the E10s are totally silent. Sadly, I can confirm that there's little improvement when it comes to cancelling out voices, which the E9 struggled with as well, and To be fair, all budget ANC headphones struggle with this massively, so I can't be too harsh on this point. However, what I think is a real game changer is how the E10s automatically turn the ANC on when you power on the headphones and automatically turn the ANC off when you power off your headphones. I know that seems like something that should have been happening for a long time, but no budget ANC headphones do that. With other models, you actually have to manually toggle the ANC switch on and off, and if you forget to turn it off, guess what? It will drain your battery until it's totally dead. So that's another massive unexpected win for the E10s. So now you know why I've got to give the E10s an 8 out of 10 for ANC, and whilst that doesn't seem like a wildly high score, that is a score that reflects the best ANC on a pair of budget headphones that I've ever tested, without a doubt. It could still be better, it could still handle voices better, but nothing else at this price point comes close to this. Next up in the firing line is battery life. The battery life on the E10s is one of the few things that actually hasn't changed since the E9s were first released. But since they offered up to 30 hours of playback in the first place, I'm not really complaining about that. What has improved though is the charging speed, and I'm very happy about this. You can now net a full charge in an hour or less, and 2 to 3 hours playback in less than 10 minutes. And in my testing, I found these numbers to be pretty accurate, though overall I did average closer to 25 hours playback from a full charge, which is still pretty damn good. The charging speeds are a nice upgrade over the E9s, and now see the E10s match similar options like the SoundSurge 46. So in terms of battery life and charging capability, the E10s are getting an 8 out of 10 from me. It's pretty average, but you won't find anything better than this right now. So now for overall comfort and functionality, starting with audio-visual lag. It's barely noticeable and seems only marginally better than the E9s despite running the aptX codec. But for watching YouTube, Netflix or gaming, it's totally fine. Despite having Bluetooth 5.0, the pairing speed seems to be identical between the E10s and the E9s, so there's not much improvement to talk about there. But what about comfort? I have to say I did struggle with ear fatigue about the 1 hour mark, but you have to bear in mind I do have a pretty big head, so I don't know how that will apply to most of you guys. So in terms of comfort, that's one of the few places where I actually prefer the E9s over the E10s. But even so, just by having higher quality button controls and not forgetting that ANC can't be left on accidentally now, that functionality alone makes the E10s a better option still. So considering the similar level of audio-visual lag, below average comfort and slightly improved functionality, I'm going to give the E10s a solid 7 out of 10. There's no massive improvements over the E9s here to rave about, but the fact that the ANC is now controlled automatically gains the E10 some well-deserved extra points for being, as far as I know, one of the first budget ANC headphones to actually introduce this feature. But what about the microphone on the E10s? Well, let's give it a test. So I've got them on. How does it sound? The quality is actually extremely similar to the E9s, but I have noticed that the E10s are actually a little bit quieter than the previous model, which is a bit weird and unexpected. Otherwise, they do a decent job at picking up my voice, and they're not too bad at picking up my voice over background noise. You can hear it pretty clearly, but overall, it's nothing to get excited about. It is more than sufficient for your average phone call, so it's going to be a 5 out of 10 for mic quality from me. Does the job, pretty average, a little bit quiet, and no improvement over the E9s. So now for the big one, the sound quality test. Here's some audio samples of the Mixcder E10s, so put on your own earphones or headphones and let's take a listen. Of course, as I always say, these audio tests aren't the most accurate representation of sound quality, so here's my take to go along with it. First of all, despite sporting the same dual 40mm large aperture drivers, the sound quality is leaps and bounds better than the E9s, which I really didn't expect. I'm putting that down to the effect of Bluetooth 5.0 and that aptX codec working hard in the background. So how do they improve on the sound signature of the E9s? Well, by comparison, the E9s sound like they've massively overdosed on treble, with the highs sounding pretty brash, especially at higher volumes. The E10s, however, somehow managed to maintain clarity on all those bright highs and even somehow emphasize bass a little bit more without sounding too boomy. The soundstage is better too, with a great separation between vocals and instruments, so without a doubt the sound quality is actually a massive step up from the E9s in every possible way. Also, there's no noticeable difference in sound quality with ANC on or off, and the same cannot be said for the E9s. But how do the E10s fare against the TaoTronics SoundSurge 46, which I named the best budget ANC headphones only very recently? What can I say? There might just be a new affordable ANC hero in town. The E10s managed to not only go toe-to-toe with the TaoTronics bass boosted profile, but they also undoubtedly deliver on the mids and highs where the TaoTronics just can't keep up. The bass is a fraction less intense on the E10s than the TaoTronics, giving them more of a balanced sound signature overall, but trust me, the E10s more than make up for a little less bass, with exceptional clarity on vocals and highs. Plus, the E10s are a couple of notches louder than the TaoTronics at full volume, and the sound quality only gets better the louder you push the E10s, which, trust me, is very rare. So congrats to the E10s, because they've definitely taken my top spot of best budget ANC headphones. But how could they be better? Well, there's always room for improvement, right? Not surprisingly, the bass is a long shot away from my $300 Sony ANC headphones. The E10s lack a little resonance on the bass, making them more punchy and slightly quieter by comparison in the bass department, but the mids and highs are scarily close to headphones that cost $200 or more. The Sonys also go even louder by a couple notches too, so given the price, the E10s get a solid 9 out of 10 for sound quality, and whilst that might seem a little bit generous, I can tell you this: you will not find a pair of ANC headphones that come close to these for less than $100. If these headphones cost twice the price, my rating would probably decrease a little, so value is definitely factored in here, but for $90, this is absolutely unreal. Okay, so here's my final thoughts and final score. Without a shadow of a doubt, the Mixcder E10s are the best budget ANC headphones, period, in nearly every category. My overall score for the E10s adds up to 46 points out of a possible 60, which probably makes them look fairly average at a glance, but that's purely because they dropped points for having a below average mic quality, a little less than satisfactory level of comfort, but let's be real, who really cares? The E10s nailed every category that truly matters here: build quality, sound quality, battery life, ANC performance, and they offer insane value for money. Are they worth the upgrade over the E9s? Yes. Are they better than the TaoTronics SoundSurge 46? Yes. Are they the best budget ANC headphones? Yes. Should you buy them? Yes. Are you going to stop asking questions and responding yes? Yes. Or no? I don't really know how to answer that one. Now you've watched this video, you definitely need to check out my budget ANC headphones playlist here and assess your options, see what's out there. Or you can check out my review of the Anchor Space MCs here, which, unlike the E10s, they have touch controls too. So pick one of those and I'll see you in the next video.